The Warriors start the second quarter with a play call specifically for rookie Jonthan Kuminga. Here Kuminga grabs the ball from the top of the key and Steph gets ready to set a screen with shooters in each corner. Steve Kerr designs a lot of plays for Steph to set a screen down low, forcing the defense to adjust quickly, whether switching or fighting over. But because Steph's gravity is so huge and defenses are worried he'll slip, this slight hesitation is all Kuminga needed as he explodes to the rim. Kuminga has yet to develop a drive with his left hand, and I still don't get how teams don't know this. Bielitsa sets a very high pick and roll here for Steph to go to his right. The Bulls' defensive game plan was to double Steph on the pick and roll and force him to give the ball up. However, here Bielitsa is actually wide open for a three, but because he's been relatively inefficient the last few games, he decides to force a drive to a kick out. The Bulls do a decent job of rotating, but gives an easy angle for Kuminga to go right, exploding to the rim again for a smooth lay-in. This is where I am excited to see Kuminga's maturity in his game after playing with Steph for a few months. Here we see the Dubs' defensive game plan switching everything. Lonzo Ball forces a pass, but Iggy has nice hands the whole game. Kuminga picks up the ball, and I want to emphasize where he's focused here. The Warriors essentially have a 5-on-2 fast break with cutters to the rim and shooters, but he solely picks out Steph knowing he'll be in rhythm for a fast break three. He makes the right decision and splash. This is the next development in Kuminga's game. He's an awful three-point shooter right now, but if defenses are going to leave him open and double a shooter like Jordan Poole, he's going to have to make them pay. Ball makes a decision, but Kuminga steps in with a left-right rhythm set shot, and it's great to see him shoot this confidently. Lonzo throws a lazy one-handed pass here, and Kuminga reads this easily. The Warriors had 12 steals the whole night. This head start leads to an easy 2 points. This is where the Warriors scouted Kuminga as a young Kawhi Leonard or Jaylen Brown, an athletic swingman who reads the defense well and plays the passing lane. We have another example of Steph setting a solid on-ball screen, something he is criminally underrated at doing. The Bulls obviously want to switch this immediately to avoid a Curry 3, but Kuminga sees this smaller switch and takes advantage of the matchup nightmare. With 4 inches on Kobe White, Kuminga makes a nice spin move and takes the bump to create some space. He's definitely still got work on his touch around the rim, but here he banks in a floater. This rotation here by Kuminga shows his true defensive potential. Here he is matched up with a much bigger Vucevic, finding in the paint for positioning. The Bulls drive to the paint to try to get a higher percentage shot, and eventually leads to McKitty shooting a contested 5-footer. He could have still gotten this shot off, but I want to emphasize Kuminga's timing and rotation on this, leaving his man to absolutely erase the attempt. Brilliant timing and defense. Kuminga's maturity is also displayed here, knowing how to take advantage of his matchups. Here Bielitsa sets a screen, and the Bulls comfortably switch, with a bigger Vucevic on him. Kuminga seems to take advantage of both the smaller size and guys who are much larger. Here he knows he has a mediocre defender on him, and ISOs and takes him to the paint, this time showing a much softer right-hand floater. At this point, he's just toying with the Bulls. They were absolutely collapsing on defense all night, and this last shot of the quarter is just inexcusable for them. Jordan Poole spots out a wide-open Kuminga on the right wing, and what can I say? He is an absolute athlete. Talk about bounce. Here Kuminga is developing his sense of the read and react offense the Warriors run. Bielitsa brings the ball up and Kuminga begins to set a back screen on Chioza's man. But seeing the Bulls' potential switch on this, he immediately slips in and Bielitsa feeds him a perfect pass. He was having a dunk fest all night. Another example of his passing on display. The Warriors let him go to work on the left side of the court, and Bradley knows Bielitsa is a shooter and is in help position. However, Bielitsa slides past him and Kuminga gives a nasty pass for the easy layup. Another step in his development that would be crucial for the Warriors. The Bulls test his shooting ability again as they ignore him in the right corner, helping way too far down. Chioza sees this, and you can see the Bulls aren't even trying to close out, deciding to live with this shot, which is reasonable. Kuminga makes him pay again and confidently knocks it down, talking some trash to the fan. Here the Bulls decide to double another shooter in Poole, forcing the ball out of his hands, but this allows Kuminga wide open right side, and he has options on the weak side with the Bulls scrambling to double. JTA, who's a non-shooter, smartly cuts and Kuminga hits him with a no-look for another layup. What a feed. This play gave me Giannis vibes as a weak side helper. Here Dotson gets past Bielitsa easily and has a smaller Chioza on him. Thinking he has a free lane to the basket, Kuminga comes out of nowhere from the weak side and erases the shot. Another display of his massive potential as a Warriors swingman who is able to potentially defend the 1 through the 4. Amazing bounce and reaction time. And here we have it, guys. I feel like this is by far Jonthan Kuminga's best game, as not only did he almost score a career high, he played meaningful minutes with the starters and was put in a position to make impactful decisions playing against one of the league's best teams. His confidence was glowing last night as he made the right plays and impacted the defensive end as well. This would be key in the playoffs, as I believe he's a huge X factor to how the Warriors bench will play with Steph and Klay off the court, and he'll be a big matchup nightmare against some of the Western Conference's best small forwards. Looking forward to more consistent minutes and showing from the rookie, and the Dubs fan base should be super excited. James Wiseman is next. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment and like the video, and I'll see you on the next one.